course, we are all aware that our dear President Muhammadu Buhari just returned from the United Nations General Assembly. Well, while he was there, the president appealed to world leaders to consider outright debt cancellation for struggling developing nations. And I guess Nigeria is in that mix, if you ask me. Anyways, in his address at the UNGA on Friday, President Muhammadu Buhari said the COVID-19 pandemic has increased the risk, I beg your pardon, of new wave of deepening debt for developing countries. He noted that the unsustainable debt burdens on these nations typically force them to allocate vital financial resources to external debt servicing and payment. He also said the situation is causing neglect of domestic health and other critical developmental needs. He said an expansion and extension of the debt service suspension initiative must include all developing nations facing fiscal and liquidity challenges. In addition, a review of the eligibility criteria for debt suspension, including outright cancellation, is needed for countries facing the most severe challenges. Well, many critics have knocked the Buhari's administration, if you don't forget, for excessive borrowing, but the president's usual response is that he is spending the loans on infrastructural development that will benefit the country in the long run. Nigeria's debt portfolio skyrocketed under this current administration, rising from 12.12 trillion naira as at June 2015, a month after the president assumed office, to the current rate of 32.92 trillion as at December 2020. Last week, the president asked the Senate to approve another fresh external loans of $4 billion and 710 million pounds to fund critical capital projects. Okay, just to paint a vivid picture.
Listen, that's external loan. That amount does not include the internal loan.
I get that.
Thank you.
But then asking world leaders to consider cancelling, debts.
Patient. I don't know whether Nigeria is among the developing countries, because you can't have a bicameral legislature with the lawmakers earning jumbo pay.
More than what developed countries are earning.
And you are calling yourself a developing country. Because you see.
But we are.
You are not. Your spending attitude does not say so. Hello. You can't tell me you are a poor man and every weekend you pop champagne of 500,000 and you are not paying your rent, and you are begging your landlord, please, you have to give me time, or perhaps cancel my rent. I cannot pay. Then every weekend you are somewhere on the eyebrow club and popping champagne. All right, that's the life that we are living. Exactly. If you can paint it like that, that's the life that we are living. Mr. President cannot tell someone to forgive the nation debt and you are going for another one. It's not possible. If you are not borrowing again, you can say, you see, I don't want to come and borrow. What I would like you to do is that maybe, perhaps, you can space, maybe at times when we go back and tell people that forgive us our loan, you don't know that that is people's money too. Other countries' money. This money, they don't have a tree that money grows, that people go and pluck and come and give it to you. They are other people's money. It might not be people's money, country's money. All your own Paris Club fund, you have all collected it and share. You don't have anything again abroad for other people to come and also borrow. You don't. Your Paris money, everywhere money that you have retrieved them and come back and share to the governors, and they will go and pay salary. And you are asking somebody, because these guys, they know that the way you are running your economy, there is no way you cannot borrow. Even the next person that is coming in 2023, you will continue to borrow, because there is nothing on ground to fall back on. Wow. When a government of the country, the news came out that they wanted to borrow money of people who unclaimed accounts, that perhaps debts or whatever happened, and you want to go and borrow. Where else do you see that? And I believe those who were in that convention or whatever it is, the other country, they will be laughing. I said, this man does not even know that that money belongs to other people, and you are telling me to forgive you. You have already asked the same National Assembly again, and the National Assembly will approve it.
So you think this debt
and the problem
is impossible? It's something that
maybe because at the end of the day, whenever the president asks for loan, they give. Maybe he says, okay, since you know they always give us loan, make una cancel am. The day the international community says, I don't have money to give to you until you pay the one that you owe. We were going to China. I remember our partnership with the China, our relationship with the China was heavily celebrated here in Nigeria. How we are going to now use Chinese currency and everything. That relationship now is dead. We are going Europe again to go and borrow. We are going to other countries to borrow. It doesn't make sense. And no, there's nobody that's going to listen to you when you are borrowing to spend on some people who are not giving back to the economy. And the person will now say, oh, I will forgive you your debt. It's impossible. They will not forgive us. The last time they forgave our debt was during Obasanjo, because he gave a good case. He made a good case for the country.
So this COVID-19 pandemic,
you know, as at that time too, we're coming out
from the military
era,
regime.
so there was a lot of sympathy and everything. I will be one of those campaigning against debt cancellation for Nigeria.
Really?
Yes. We don't deserve it. We are extravagant. You can see the amount of wastages that are going on in the system. You don't go, like he was trying to give an analogy of, a tenant telling the landlord that, he doesn't have money for his rent, he should forgive him. Meanwhile, every weekend you are popping champagne and all that. You see, these people are not fools. That you go there for loan does not mean, they're supposed, they monitor you, so to speak. You say you're credit worthy because you are a country and because of your external reserves and all that. Now, your spending pattern, your attitude does not show that you can manage. So it's not as a result of COVID-19, no. If they're going to consider COVID-19, they will, maybe give you some reliefs, okay? Maybe say interest will drop, or not that they will cancel the entire. So some of us will be campaigning against that, because there has been a lot of wastages, like he said, and I agree. If you look at your legislature, what is paid out to these people is crazy. It's a big waste. It's a drain pipe, okay? And Nigeria has been involved in so many borrowings in the past 2, 3, 4 years, and people are complaining and even asking the National Assembly not to grant this man opportunity and ability to go and now borrow. But they've been doing that and doing that and doing that. Now the argument is that they say they're using it for railway construction and other infrastructural development. Of what value, of what economic value is it? Tell me that you go and cite a maritime university in the desert, a naval, whatever school in the desert. It doesn't make sense. It's a waste. So having wasted such funds, you come and ask for debt forgiveness, nobody will cancel your debt for you. So some of us will be campaigning because Nigeria is, profligate. This present administration is not disciplined in terms of financial discipline. This present administration has not demonstrated ability to manage her resources. And so they do not have the confidence of some of us, and even the...
Can I throw in a quick question though? This wastages you talked about, are we going to credit that to this administration? Our lawmakers have been earning jumbo pay even before this administration came on board, so we can't credit that to this administration.
It's not so. But is it not continuing with this administration? It is continuing with this administration. If I were Mr. President, if I were him, what I would do is to begin to demonstrate that I'm ready to cut my coat according to the cloth that I have. You begin to show some financial discipline. You begin to behave in a way, in an austere way, in a way that will show that, look, hang on, you have a problem in your hands and you're ready to manage it. You cannot, if most of these things were spent on our health sector, on education, people will understand. Your creditors will understand. But there is no indices showing that these things are spent on social infrastructure that affect the ordinary people. I don't know if you understand me. So some of us will be campaigning against that, and in the next couple of days we'll be coming up with position papers as to why Nigeria, the debt cancellation should not happen to Nigeria.
Wow, wow. All right, like I said, the president in his address at the United Nations General Assembly last week, Friday, actually appealed to world leaders to consider outright debt cancellation for struggling developing nations, because according to him, the COVID-19 pandemic has increased the risk of new wave of deepening debt for developing countries. All right, now from the mood of my analysts at the table, it looks like that debt cancellation will be a no-no.
For me, it should be a no-no. It should be a no-no, Patience. I don't think it's the right time for that such campaign. If the president has gone there and made insecurity a major issue for him, calling on world leaders to come to give support to Nigeria to fight multifaceted insecurity crisis in Nigeria, that it will be a very good point for me. I think I will support him on this table. You can't be asking someone to borrow you money and asking another person to forgive you. And how would the person now borrow you when he knows that you will come back and still ask for forgiveness? You have already shot yourself in the foot. Seriously, because he is at the time that Obasanjo was campaigning for debt forgiveness, he wasn't going cap in hand borrowing. He didn't ask for anybody to borrow. In fact, they were throwing, the International Monetary Fund and World Bank were throwing incentive at him, and he said, no, please, why don't you forgive me the other one first, that was borrowed by fiat, by the military government, by just a piece of paper, slip under. No, there's no, during military government, there is no procedure. All right, the head of state is seen as the owner of the country, as it were. So people had sympathy, and everybody queued behind Obasanjo and said, do as he has said. And Obasanjo is also one of the presidents in this country that incurred one of the least debt. Do you understand?
All right, thank you, gentlemen. We have